Senator Chris Van Hollen from Maryland on last night, and obviously Senator from Maryland, he said that if he could not get a meeting with President Bukele, he was going to go to El Salvador. He didn't get his meeting. He says he's going to El Salvador on Wednesday he wants access to the prison. He wants to check on Kilmar Abrego Garcia's condition. There have now since been a number of Democrats who have said, we want to join him. I talked to a lot of White House reporters today who said, it's so crazy. Trump is in the toilet on the economy, but he's up on immigration, but Democrats want to take an exodus to El Salvador. But this is what was happening to Chuck Grassley in Town Hall in Iowa just this afternoon. Take a listen.
Are you going to bring that guy back from El Salvador? Yeah. Why not?
Well, because that's not power of Congress.
The Supreme Court said to bring him back.
Yeah, but can they do?
He's defined the Constitution.
Trump don't care.
If I get an order to pay a ticket for $1,200 and I just say no, does that stand up? Because he's got an order from the Supreme Court and he just said no.
Yeah. He just said screw it.
The president of that country is not subject to our U.S. Supreme Court.
The Trump wanted to bring him back. They're bringing him back. I'm pissed.
You know, I'm from Nebraska. Fort Madison, Iowa is not necessarily a bastion of liberalism, but this is bigger than just about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, this one case. The people in this town hall, they're talking about this is about the Constitution. I should also know Chuck Grassley is the head of the Judiciary Committee. I mean, Congress has a role here. It seems to me that the president is running roughshod over all of the laws everywhere and everybody, and they have a willing participant in the Republicans in Congress. And I just don't understand why.
Well, this is a rule of law issue, and I've been saying for a very long time that Congress has really acquiesced to the executive branch far too often. It's surrendered its Article I authorities in too many cases. I always like to point to USAID, that an agency could be dismantled, an agency created, authorized, and funded by the Congress can only be dismantled by the Congress. And we haven't heard much. And I think tariffs, another issue where Article I, it's a power of the purse authority, it's a tax. And, you know, the Congress should be reining in that authority. Now, some members of both parties are actually trying to introduce legislation to do just that. But they've been far too silent in too many cases. What we're dealing here with this immigration case, this is a rule of law issue. And I'm impressed that constituents are bringing that up. Frankly, we're talking about the cost of eggs and gasoline and things that affect them daily. But clearly, a lot of American citizens are bothered by this trampling of what appears to be the Constitution and the judge's orders.